edition of Unrestricted Flavor. So this show has always been about overcoming adversity as well as sharing my recipes. And wouldn't you know it, a little more adversity is coming my way. But it's okay. So my original film and editor person had to take a step back due to life, which I completely understand, and I'm happy for her. Hopefully everything goes well for her. But that leaves me here by myself and trying to figure this out. So the show format's going to be a little bit different this time. I'm going to have to go on very few cuts, edits, and I set up a simple recipe for us. We're going to do ratatouille today. So we're just going to be setting up in a crock pot, letting it sit for the day. I'm actually having my parents over for dinner tonight. So perfect dinner. I can go ahead and set it up in the morning, go about, run my errands, and come back and it's ready for us. So let's get started. So the nice thing about ratatouille is that you can use all kinds of ingredients. So I have ingredients that I can eat that I've been able to digest okay. And so that's what I include. If you have ingredients that you can't eat out of this, so I know I have a friend that can't eat starches, so she wouldn't be able to use the potatoes, but she can supplement it with something else. So be creative, use what you have to work with. And you'll be surprised at how good your meals can taste. So, all right, let me go ahead and get my apron on. We'll get started. Oh, before I do that, actually, I wanted to do a quick sponsorship. So, I like to support people that have supported me through this process, and I'm wearing this t-shirt right now. I love this band, Jam Band Jovi. The four members in the band, Mike, John, Fox, and Brent, have been awesome. They've taught me that no matter how old you get, it's never too late to accomplish a dream or go for a dream. So I just want to say thank you to you guys. I appreciate the journey we're on together. Thank you. All right, so let's get to cooking some ratatouille. All right, so first thing that we're going to start with is turning on our crock pot. So I have it set for high for 6 hours. It's probably better to do a low cook. I got a late start today, so we're going to do it high. The slower you can cook the chicken, the more it'll shred easily. So yeah, all right, so let's go ahead and get started. First thing we're going to do is I have 3 pounds of chicken. I just cut off, trimmed the edgings, but essentially we're just going to add that to the crock pot. Then we will add our 5 cups of water. Then we're going to add 1 jar of the Mezzetta roasted red bell pepper strips. You can find this at Kroger, Jungle Gyms, most of your local grocery stores. But I just take the entire jar with all the vinegar and the brine and dump it on in. It gives it some really nice flavor. So we add that. Then we are going to add our basil. So I use a mix of fresh basil that I actually grow on my deck. There's nothing better than picking fresh basil or fresh vegetables, fresh herbs, and putting it in your recipes. But yeah, I use a mixture of the basil and then Thai basil. I like the Thai basil. It's more difficult to find. I have to go to Jungle Gyms for it. But I love the extra flavor that it gives this meal. So we're going to go ahead and just add the leaves as they are. I got them off the plant and washed them, so we're just adding those. We have 1 cup of chives. We're going to add that. I know it seems like a lot, but without being able to eat onions, that chive flavor really gives you that onion flavor without the digestive issues. All right, and we're going to add our yellow pepper, our orange pepper diced, our red pepper diced. We have 1 yellow squash diced, 1 zucchini diced. We have a cup of shredded carrots. And then lastly, we have 4 Yukon potatoes that are diced. We're going to get our spoon give a quick stir to find the room in here. All right, now we got it all pushed down. Fits just fine. We are going to add our dry ingredients. We have 3 tablespoons of paprika. Now, I use a mixture of smoked paprika and regular Spanish paprika. I know it seems like a lot, and it does add a lot of flavor. Not too much spice, so you can kind of go with what you like. 3 tablespoons has been great. My parents have enjoyed this meal before, and it hasn't been too hot. And so I just play around with it. But 3 tablespoons seems to be a good amount for this recipe. We have 2 tablespoons of ground pepper, 2 tablespoons of salt, and lastly, 2 teaspoons, I'm sorry, all those are teaspoons. So we have 2 teaspoons of salt, teaspoons of pepper, and then 2 teaspoons of dried oregano. And we're gonna give it a big stir. Mix all dry ingredients with the herbs, the vegetables, and the chicken. And there you have it. We're going to put the lid on. Throughout the day, I recommend just opening up the lid, giving it a couple stirs, and then you're going to notice that as the chicken and the vegetables break down, you're going to have a lot more fluid in here, a lot more moisture. So if you would like this to be more of a stew or a ratatouille, I recommend adding some gluten-free flour. It will thicken up your sauce and make it more of like a ragu or a ratatouille versus a soup. It is so good on the King Arthur gluten-free cornbread mix. It's so good with rice noodles, with brown rice. So be creative. You can put it on a lot of different things. It's delicious. So before I wrap up, I just want to say a couple things. More or less, as we begin to embark on the spring and summer months, we're all going to be invited to different cookouts, gatherings, etc. And I want to explain, I guess, from the perspective of somebody that struggles with digestive issues and chronic illness, the difficulties that this season brings on us. So the first thing I want to talk about is when we get invited to a place, the anxiety that comes with that immediately. Will our body be able to, will our body be ready that day to be able to commit to a gathering? And then once we get over that, it's how are we going to eat? So I have some bullet points. Number one, we have the anxiety that I just spoke about. There is a lot of anxiety that comes with going out and being entertained and trying to fit in with other people that can eat normally. And then we also have the next sentiment, which it's rude not to eat what your guests provide or your hosts provide for you. And that's simply not possible for us. And it makes us feel awful. So we have to bring our own food. We feel uncomfortable because we're outsiders and it's obvious to people. So it is extra difficult for us. So I guess in a lot of ways I'm talking about this to help other people understand our perspective. And then understanding and trust. Please, when we say we can't eat something, we say it because it will make us violently ill. It is not to offend you. It is not to put down your food. We just don't want to be sick for a week after we have that meal. I can't stress that enough. It's been awful going to places and having to turn down food. And I have in the past eaten food that I knew would make me sick to make those people feel better. Sorry. And it's not fair. So just remember that with your guests. Inclusion. It's one of the reasons why I started this show, is that life was so difficult because I always felt like I was an outsider. So essentially what I'm asking of people is that you remember that we still like to be included. Just because we can't eat, just because we can't do certain things doesn't mean that we don't want to be included. And the other thing is that you could possibly help by asking, what can I provide for you? Is there a snack that I can have? You can make that person feel comfortable by asking them if they want to bring something. The other aspect in this is that we have to worry about cross-contamination. I once was at a dinner, I brought my meal with me, and while another guest was getting their food, they splashed gravy all over my meal, and so I couldn't eat that night. And it wasn't their fault, it was an accident, but that created tension in that dinner because she felt bad, I felt bad, and so it's just being understanding and being patient with somebody that's struggling with this chronic illness. And then lastly, I already touched on this, but after the party, there are a lot of effects. Number one, if you get to go on as a healthy person and continue living, we may be sick for weeks because of something that we may have eaten, something that we may have done to make the host feel more comfortable with our illness. And so a lot of this is just to kind of point out some aspects and some struggles that we deal with, and just being cognizant and understanding of people that do struggle with mental or with physical and gastrointestinal issues. Like I said, let's get back to the ratatouille. You'll just put your lid on it, let it sit all day. Like I said, when it gets too, if it is too runny, just add some of that gluten-free flour, and it will thicken it up for you. Once again, thank you for watching. I appreciate you all. I will continue to do this adventure. Hopefully this works out. I would like to in the future start live streaming so that I can cook with you, possibly answer questions as I'm cooking. But for now, I'm just trying to figure things out. So I really appreciate your patience. I will keep getting recipes to you as best that I can. Remember that I do have a Facebook group that you may join under the Unrestricted Flavor name. Please join us. We are just conversing about our illnesses, recommendations, advice, doctor recommendations. There's a lot of good things happening there. So please join us, hit the like button, share. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Let's get healthy together. Bye.